Alessandra, how close are we to the possibility of this coalition of those two populist parties?
Well, we may be just a week away, possibly. This evening, the president of the Republic is expected to make a statement of some sort to sort of say how talks are going. This is the second day of talks. Today, he's spoken to the main parties, the most important ones, key to forming some kind of coalition in order to govern the country. But our sources, we've been speaking to sources constantly all day for days. They say it may take yet another week to really get things going. The problem is, of course, that nobody has a majority and that none of the parties really have points in common. These people were enemies for the longest time, and now they have to find a way to work together.
Where are they converging? You know, where are the two sides converging on policy, and where are the biggest disagreements?
So at this time, from what we know, from what we can glean, because the talks are private, but it seems that the two main populist forces are actually converging. So you have within the center-right, which won the most votes but still fell short of a majority, you have the League. And then you have the Five Star Movement, which is Italy's new populist movement. The two of them seem to have a lot of positions in common, concern over immigration, concern about pensions, wanting to protect sort of the poorest parts of the population. And so it's actually possible that they might find an agreement, which is something that scares the bigger parties, scares the mainstream, and possibly might scare the markets.
What would their policy priorities be if that's what were to actually come to pass, Alessandra?
So from what we can understand, they seem to have found agreement on possibly citizens' income, which is some kind of protection for the poorest citizens. We have to see how much money will go towards that, because Italy has huge debt, and so the problem is, how do you pay for these things? And then the League wants a flat tax. That's great for the, of course, big companies and the small companies of the north that are the main base for the League. But again, how do you pay for that? And they both agree that they want the pension age to go lower, because it was raised years ago, and that too is a huge cost for the country. So they seem to be agreeing, but they seem to be agreeing on a lot of things that are extremely expensive for a country that's deeply indebted and has promised the EU to keep a certain line on deficit and on debt reduction.